6 suspects accused of killing Health Department official Babita Deokaran are back in court this morning to apply for bail. Her family as well as anti-corruption activists were demanding that the alleged killers remain behind bars. Our reporter Govan Whittles is covering that story. He's at court. Let's cross to him live. Govan, have the accused appeared?
They have indeed, eNCA. The case has been postponed until the 1st of October. It was a brief appearance for these 6 accused, and essentially why it's been postponed is because of the inability of the defense counsel to consult with them under COVID conditions. What we heard in court was testimony from the defense counsel where they said that they tried to consult with the accused last Friday, but because of the COVID conditions, they had to do those consultations through an intercom system, through bulletproof glass, and they were unable to receive proper instructions. And then another reason was apparent problems with the server here at the Johannesburg Magistrate's Court. That's after the Department of Justice was hacked and became victim of a ransomware cyber attack, which left its officials unable to access emails. And because of this, some of the officials in the Johannesburg Magistrates Court have been unable to record the audio from the court proceedings, and because of that we're postponing to the 1st of October. But there is a hive of activity outside of the Johannesburg Magistrates Court, a number of organizations here, among them the Active Citizens Movement. Let's talk to Mr. Pops Rampasad now. Mr. Rampasad, thank you so much for your time. You represent the Active Citizens Movement and also speak on behalf of groups representing whistleblowers. Just tell us what you think about the postponement, but also about the case itself and what it represents.
Thank you very much, and good day to your listeners. I don't know much about the postponement, but this normally happens in an important case where further investigation needs to be done. But I think what's important is that, one is the alleged assassins being arrested, but more importantly, we just hope this case goes right through to its finality, and the culprits, including the main people, are arrested and are charged and also face prosecution.
And it does appear that there are reports that there may be senior politicians linked to the assassination, and it's clear now that there may be more whistleblowers with evidence about what happened that either want to come forward or are in the process of coming forward. What do you have to say about the protection of those people?
Indeed, if what we found with Babita is there was no protection despite her blowing the whistle on what happened in Gauteng Health Department. So, in our submission to the State Capture Commission and also our petition to the President, our demands are very clear. We want immediate protection for whistleblowers because your anti-corruption strategy is bound to fail if you don't support and protect whistleblowers. So there are 3 demands that we made in our petition and in our submission. The first one, we demand immediate protection for whistleblowers. Number 2, we demand urgent changes to the legislation because we believe that the intimidation faced by whistleblowers shows that the Protected Disclosure Act of 2000 is inadequate in supporting and protecting them. And number 3, we demand that government start talking to whistleblowers and their organization to come up with a comprehensive plan to address this serious issue. As a civil society organization, we are not lying still. We are planning to declare 2022 the year of the whistleblower with a series of programs starting from January up to December, with the 22nd of June being International Whistleblower Day, a major event. And we call upon all South Africans and all organizations to work with us in making this 2022 the year of the whistleblower a success.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Represent. Obviously, we'll hear more about that as this organization keeps attending the cases. We also have Mr. Herman Mashaba here. He's been very critical about of the state and particularly how they failed to protect Babita Deokaran, at least in your view, Mr. Mashaba. You were in court this morning, heard a bit of the technical argument, but what's your view overall?
Well, I think all of us as South Africans, we've got to really take a big lesson out of this. I think we cannot have another Babita for this to really happen. And I think let us be honest with one another. What is the elephant in the room? The elephant in the room is the ANC government. Right now we can talk about the protection of whistleblowers. It's a natural thing that must happen in any civilized society. why the ANC government has actually failed to protect this woman and her family. It's beyond imagination. And do you think they will provide protection to her? In fact, we know it's not going to happen. I want people of South Africa to know, when we are faced with and confronted with an issue, let's deal with the source. What is the source? The source is going to be the removal of the ANC government from power. What we are saying as Action SA, we'll work with other South Africans, be NGOs or other political parties. Whistleblowers needs to really be protected. It must be part and parcel of our legislative framework. Whistleblowers must be encouraged and be rewarded for the risk that they are taking. Look at what really happened to this woman. I think all of us as South Africans, we must actually feel the pain, because we feel the pain of really what happened, and we are not going to really let it happen, because the people behind this, those who paid these criminals to go and murder Babita, those are the ones that we are going to really be after. We are not going to rest until the main perpetrators, the ones who paid these criminals, taking advantage of unemployed South Africans, with a country with 12 million of our own people desperate, vulnerable, given drugs, no education. So you are putting our people in a very vulnerable position. The very same politicians are the ones who are actually arranging this hits because of taking advantage of the people. So I'm saying to South Africans, if we want to deal with this matter on a permanent basis, we need a permanent solution. A permanent solution is going to be the removal of the ANC.
All right, thank you so much. That's Herman Mashaba, he's the president of Action SA, and two calls for legislative changes to protect whistleblowers. But eNCA, as you can see, it is election season, and Action SA is out here obviously giving their support to the Deokaran family, but also making political statements outside the Johannesburg Magistrate's Court. It's back to you.
Thank you so much, Govan. And that case, as we said, has been postponed to the 1st of October for bail.